Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Get Your Paint On this week, Thursday. I'm Jordan Lamb, the resident painter here at Privateer Press, and today I have with me our very own Jeff Olson. And
you know what my job title is?
No, I don't care what your job title is. And Josh Colon.
Woo!
Our social media manager.
That's right. He
Yeah.
remembers my job title.
I know what his job title is. Jeff, And then also our wonderful Tony here in the booth as well.
Hello.
Whose specific title is many things. Well, welcome. Today, before we do some announcements, I'll show off what we've got going on today. Gareth 2, pre-released at LVO a couple weeks ago. Should be coming out here, I believe it's, next week?
I think it's next week, yeah.
Real soon. You guys should be getting this guy very, 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 very fast. In addition to that, though, some announcements, which we'll go on to here. Lock and load tickets are available as of yesterday, I believe it is. Josh can confirm.
Oh, yeah, yesterday. Yesterday morning.
Get those as soon as you guys can. Also, the hotel block does sell out very fast, so I would recommend hopping on getting those hotel rooms paid for, signed up for, what have you, so we can see y'all there. I will be painting at Lock and Load this year the whole weekend, so if you guys have questions, you want to come hang out and paint, do what have you, I will be there the whole time. So feel free to come and hang out. Look forward to seeing y'all. Also, make sure to check out Tony, you're so wonderful. Come
I do it every day.
Yeah. Also,
I do it
and Load.
every day.
Also,
to
make sure to check out Danny's Hobby Terrain blog. He's been posting a bunch of stuff up there. I think he made some posts yesterday.
The Instagram was kicking. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's basically putting step-by-step photos on how he's working on this new table for Lock and Load.
Look, straight up, can you pull up that?
Infernal
Yeah, this
table.
one's Swiss. This is
so I'm working on that, the base for that big tower yesterday. He's sculpting all the smoke in there for that.
And if you can't tell what the theme of the tower is, you have to not looking close enough.
We're not going to tell you, though.
Oh, no.
No,
But
we're not going to tell you.
You could probably guess.
Yes, you could probably guess that it's Infernals, but we're definitely not going to tell you that
We're not
it's
going to
confirm. Yeah, and then as far as streams are concerned, we've got our stream here every Thursday for Get Your Paint On. We've got the Dev Hangout, which is on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Staff Showdown is starting March 8th. I believe that's next Friday? Next Friday.
Sounds right.
Yeah, sounds right. At 10 a.m. We're going to be starting that, I believe it's once per month for right now. We've got Primecast Live on March 22nd at 10 a.m. as well. So make sure you guys tune in, and we're looking forward to seeing you. So let's also, from last week, we talked about the hashtag P3 Painters. We had a lot of really cool submissions, and we picked out a couple for us to look at here before we get started on painting Gareth. And Tony, if you could pull up some of those guys.
I haven't seen that. That's sweet.
Yeah, this is sweet.
Awesome.
So one thing that I don't see a lot of people doing is doing conversions. And I really like to see it just because we don't get to see it very often. It's a really cool one with, I believe it's
Lilith 3.
Lilith 3.
Riding
a good old Dracodile.
Instead of a chariot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dope.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
Blighted.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I like having the bit in the mouth there. It's pretty cool.
An eyeless Dracodile. Look at that, too. That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
Mini Mangler. Awesome. They get that right.
Oh, I just realized they have that on there. That's kind of like what the whatchamacallums, the Legion beasts have that big like bulbous area.
Yeah, because he has no eyes. Yeah, that's amazing.
That's really
mini
cool.
Mangler.
Yeah, shout outs. That's sweet.
It's a mini Mangler. That's amazing. Amazing work.
And then this I saw and was really happy with.
Look at that lightning on those feathers.
I've seen a lot of God, I cannot remember the name.
The Storm Raptor?
Thank you, my goodness.
Okay.
I have not had a cup of coffee this morning. I've seen a lot of Storm Raptors, but I've never seen the lightning done quite in this effect, and I think it really looks very good.
Good job.
So good job. Kudos to you on that.
I apologize for us mangling your name.
Yeah, we're monsters.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Mr. or Mrs. Morningwood, thank you so much
Yeah.
for your submission.
Yep.
We love you. We love you so much.
Did anyone see the Storm Raptor that someone painted with the American flag on it?
I did.
I
did
saw
actually
that,
see
yeah.
that.
It was incredible.
It's beautiful work.
This is also
Oh,
one
I saw that
that's
someone posted this.
I saw this a while ago on Facebook.
Yeah.
But kudos, Ace of Paint. This is really well done.
like an Alice in
I'm a little
Wonderland
jealous.
theme.
Well, yeah,
Super
check
dope.
out the chess pieces on the base and like the Queen of Hearts thing going on the
Fantastic.
on the leg.
I don't ever want to paint an old witch.
Yeah, it's done.
Not anymore. It's done.
Yep, ship
It's
it.
done. Ship it. Yeah.
It's done.
Just great work.
Yeah, that
Ace
freehand
of
work is
Paint,
sweet.
SPL, good for you.
Yeah,
No,
that's
good for
awesome.
all of us because we get to see it. It's dope.
Yeah. That is amazing.
Yeah, well done.
Well,
So yeah, please keep submitting to hashtag P3 Painters, guys, because we want to see more of your work. And again,
We got a teapot.
I know this is so pretty. And honestly, like we're not just like we're not just like picking up the most high quality ones. Right? We want anything that like is creative or anything that you're really proud of or anything that like anyone can paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're showing it off from any skill level, any just if you have passion and you enjoy what you're doing and you want to show us what you're working on, and sometimes even works in progress, right? Like whatever. We just want to know you're out there doing your thing. So just keep submitting.
Yeah, definitely follow what Josh said. I love seeing everybody's work. It's really cool to see some of the unique things that like even I would never even think to do. Like that old witch is totally not ever something that I would think to do, but it's rad. So keep on keeping on, and let's get to some painting, you guys.
The
So-
Eye of Vengeance. Look
Yeah,
at him.
Gareth. So we got this guy on the table today.
Was he base coated in there?
So he is base coated in a mixture of Scorn Red and Umbral Umber, which was just airbrushed over the black base coat. And then it was highlighted with, I believe it was Bloodstone.
So why do you do the red base coating for? What is that about?
I'm sorry?
Why do you do the red base coat for?
So I just wanted his armor to be like a really rusty red. I mean, so for a long time, like I think I saw a kind of like a burnt red, like a burnt umber type, like painted Retribution army a very, very long time ago. And I like fell in love with it. I was like, this looks really, really good. And if I ever did Retribution or painted up Retribution for any reason, I would probably do something like that. So kind of following in that vein, I decided to go with that kind of like burnt red look. Now I'm going to put some more colors in here, probably put a little bit of purples in the shades with some like Scorn Red, maybe some coal black as well, and then bring it up to a little bit more of an orange. I'm not quite sure what other colors I want to do for like the cloth or the bags and stuff. So I'd love to get some input from you guys on that. Maybe help come up with some cool ideas.
Yeah, put out the call chat.
Putting out the call. Come help me figure out how to make decisions because I'm not very good at it.
Was there a particular reason that you chose to do use an airbrush rather than hand paint?
It's quicker for the most part. Like doing base coats like that, I have access to a paintbrush. It's a lot faster, and you get a thinner coat when you do it that way than hand painting it generally, so you don't disturb the detail quite as much. So I just kind of slapped the base coat and some highlights on there, and then I just painted over the areas that were not going to be that armor color in black again, so that way I can have nice segmented areas to work on. So
We do have someone in chat real quick asking if the hashtag P3 Painters is just for Instagram. It is not. You can also post on Facebook and Twitter and just all the social medias, and we'll keep our eye out for all of your submissions. Sorry to interrupt you, Master Jordan. Continue your painting.
Yeah.
no, it's a
Start
good
painting
question
a thing.
and a good answer. Cool. So I think we're gonna get started with some shades in here, and I'm gonna start with some Sanguine base, and then probably add a little bit of coal black for the next step down. And I want to do this just to create a darker shade to the red that's already there without drastically changing the color. I'm going to keep that deeper shade for that second part. But this has got a little bit of like purple in there Just give us a little bit more.
So it's coal black and what?
So this is Sanguine base that I'm working with right now, and I will probably add some coal black to it here in a minute once I get some more areas covered with this. And this is going to be kind of like a pretty light glaze because I don't want to go super heavy with this color. I just want to get that kind of purple element starting to work in to the red and brown. I've always been a big fan of using purples with reds on like armor pieces. I think it looks really good. I've done it before on a couple of other models and it's turned out really well. Let's see here.
How many? I saw someone talking in chat. How many warcasters and warlocks do we have with sniper rifles in the game now? Got Gareth now.
So like Gareth,
Kara Sloan.
Sloan.
Do both Grims, Grim 1 and 2?
They do.
Yep.
They do. Surprisingly, no Kador ones. I don't think so.
I mean, there are other
no.
like I'm
Right.
making air quotes like famous snipers. We have like
Right.
the Widowmakers.
Right.
We have like Alton Ashley.
Right.
Some other cool snipers.
Kel Blaylock.
Oh, Kel Blaylock.
Kel
Yep.
Blaylock.
Good call.
But yeah, no Kador yet. But yeah, I not that many. Not that
Yeah,
many
yeah.
snipers as you think.
Who do you
Not
think
as
wins in a
warcasters,
fight?
right?
Like,
Like in
Okay.
the fiction, if there is going to be like a Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater sniper duel.
can the warcasters? Are we using warcasters and non-warcasters? Like in the fiction wise, like
Sure.
Can the warcasters use their warcaster?
Let's just say it's down to pure sniper
pure
skill.
sniper skill. Oh man,
Like that one with a Jude Law in that film, the Russian
enemy at the
Yeah,
gates.
yeah.
Oh man.
and Harris shoot. The
Oh
actor.
yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, continuing. We go off on a movie tangent.
That's a great question,
Yeah,
actually.
who's the more skilled sniper?
Kara is really, really good. I mean,
Yeah.
she's really, really good. It depends, right? Like, Alton Ashley is really good against monsters,
Yeah, because he's
right?
like a monster hunter, right?
He specializes, right? Gareth is really good, but like he's kind of doing it like he's not. You can see he's very good, but he's just good at killing. Like whether it's
Yeah.
like long range or close up range. Man, I almost have to give it to Kel Blaylock. Like he is the settings premier
He's got
sniper.
a hat.
He's got
That's
a hat.
how you know he means
Because
business.
he's got a hat.
That's true.
Man means business.
I mean, he
He's
does
got
get
a
to
hat.
shoot twice, right?
He does
When
get, yeah, and I mean, he's got like his, in the fiction at least, his gun makes no noise. It's just,
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like it literally, it's a magical gun that just when he shoots,
His gun
it-
makes no
it
noise.
makes no
That's
sound.
Actually,
Even-
kind of
Hold on,
awesome.
magical. Isn't that just called a silencer?
No, like, literally in the fiction, if you drop it on the ground on the
Oh.
stones, it literally makes no noise.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. But I mean, maybe
Oh yeah, Jalam. He's kind of snipery. I guess he doesn't have necessarily like a rifle, but
right.
he's
He's got the Scorn equivalent of whatever that is,
Yeah.
right?
shoots needle things.
I guess my answer might be Narn. I mean, he's not even a sniper, but Narn's just scary. Narn, like the mage hunter
Sure.
of Ios, is the scariest one, or his apprentice Iris.
So here's another good question
He's got
for you,
crossbows.
Yeah.
Josh.
yeah.
Who would you never want to face in a pistols at dawn duel?
Martin Billman.
How dare you? We're never gonna talk about my favorite character. Well, he's A, doesn't exist, but B, I mean, obviously,
Of like primary characters, so not like assassin.
I mean, not like
characters.
Iris.
I mean,
not Iris either. So like main characters.
I mean, Alistair Kane. Alistair
Yeah.
Kane is obviously, that's like number one, right?
Yeah.
Like he's just
Oh
gonna.
yeah,
Isn't he
that
like
was yeah,
literally
yeah,
like
that's
a cowboy?
that's
Yeah,
giveaway.
he will eat you alive, like the pistols at dawn thing. But I mean, some of those Leolee's Amethyst Rose gun mages are just terrifying too. So I don't know, we have a lot of really awesome gun mages like in the setting.
All right, then how about this? Which non-Jalam Scorncaster would you not want to face for a pistols at dawn?
Oh God!
because they don't use guns.
Yeah, they
so how
don't.
about this?
I mean, if
This
I
is
had
a
a
better
gun,
question.
I'd still probably wouldn't like it, and they didn't. I'd still probably wouldn't. Like Xerxes, like that,
Yeah.
just riding me down on a
Like,
giant,
frankly, they'd probably just eat the bullet and shoot you anyways.
Yeah.
like, to be honest.
Someone brought up in the Facebook chat, Patrick Scar is a good call too, because
Ooh, yeah.
She's got a good gun, yeah, and she's on a giant boat, or
Yeah.
the back half of a giant boat.
we do have a question for you from Twitch chat from XO Skeletal Jordan.
Yup.
I'm painting an army black and red. I'm using a lot of coal black on the black areas.
I like
If I
it.
was to use coal black on the reds too, would that be too much on that?
I think it depends on like how you're using the coal black for the black areas.
Can you actually go back up to the question so I can just make sure I'm also...
Yeah, let me read this question. So, using a lot of like, how are you using the coal black on the black areas? I guess is the biggest question. Because like using coal black in the shades for reds, if you're also using the coal black in the black areas, is a good idea because you're keeping like a cohesive like tone throughout the army.
Yeah, like Unity.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not inherently a bad thing, and it can actually be a very good thing. It's a question of like, what's the application like for the coal black on the black areas? Is it you're painting black with coal black, or is it like a subtle like part of the black?
And then another question from Huezator, 8086. When you do zenithal highlighting, do you use an airbrush for that or just a spray can?
So
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, isn't it?
yeah, you can definitely do it either way. I typically use a spray can because it's faster, and I don't have to.
And we are
Clean
nothing
and
if
or
not
maintain an airbrush
very
for that?
lazy.
Oh yeah. If you know
Yeah.
myself or Jeff in person, we are very, very lazy folks. So, and cleaning an airbrush is kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So, if I can avoid doing it, I typically do. But it does offer a lot of like really
Like a lot
nice
of control.
Yeah, a lot of nice control and some really good benefits.
Okay, you can like adjust the
use.
nozzle for
Yeah.
like what you want,
Yep.
coverage and all
Yep,
sorts of
yep,
things
yep.
like that.
So the answer to the question is basically, I personally don't use an airbrush for it, but I have used an airbrush for it in the past. It depends on what your preference is and what you're comfortable with. The one thing I will say is if you do use an airbrush, you will get a smoother finish for your zenithal highlight. Whereas if you use a rattle can, you'll tend to get a lot more of these like dot textures on the model, just because of how the white applies over the black. So it's just kind of what your preference is. The textures can be really nice if you want to have like build on that texturing, build that kind of like nice texturing into the model itself by just using glazes. But if you're going to paint over the entire thing anyways, then it doesn't really matter.
We also had a couple other people bring up some good things in the chat about other people you wouldn't want to mess with.
Yeah,
And
I saw.
like Longfellow.
Yeah,
it's a
Hungerford
great
brought up-
call.
yeah, that's
Black
terrifying.
13s.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Ryan or Watts from Black 13.
Maybe the potentially forthcoming Wolf with No Name.
Man,
from Riot Quest.
Riot Quest. I mean, we can't talk about it yet, but Riot Quest. Talk about snipers. Riot Quest has some sniper characters that I just. Tony's nodding and smiling. He knows what I'm talking about. Oh God, just stay tuned, man. Oh God, yeah.
Tony's a Riot Quest fanboy, by the
It's-
way.
I mean, it's what in the office we're playing a lot of it. It's awesome. But anyway, no, I see. I start talking about it now. I'm gonna start gushing. I can't even. I can't even. But yeah, no. There's definitely. I feel like there's one that's like really obvious right now that I'm gonna think about it like in 20 minutes and I'm gonna scream it out into the
It's
mic.
gonna be like Point Break. That was it.
Point Break, that was it. Like yeah, but yeah, like and yeah, I think Dev.
This might be a little bit of a loaded question, so like literally just tell me if you don't know the answer yet. But do we have an idea of what the studio scheme will be like for Infernal? Someone's kind of asking. And you don't have to tell us what the scheme is, I guess, either.
So yeah.
Yeah, we have-
It's still a work in progress.
Yeah, we have color
Well,
comps. I think.
I mean,
right?
we have color concepts.
Gotcha.
Shown color concept.
Okay, cool.
Have we shown color concepts? Oh, okay.
We
Then
had
the
some
answer
yesterday.
is
We
y'all
Definitely showed
know.
them yesterday.
Yeah, we definitely. Whoops! I hope they're official because we definitely showed them yesterday.
Yes.
Okay,
Then
cool.
the answer is yes. We all know what they are.
How was the? I checked
yeah.
in. How was the stream yesterday?
Yeah, the stream was dope. So if you didn't see it yesterday, we had our dev chat, which was a Infernal rules overview, which was basically covering how, not the model rule specifics, but like how the Infernals are going to operate with their essence, which is a new resource system for them, how they can summon infernal horrors into play, and how they
Right.
need to replenish their essence by sacrificing marked souls. So I believe that should be up on YouTube, I'm sure. Also, if you So you can see that video on Privateer Press Prime on YouTubers. So go check our YouTube channel, and you can see that video. Additionally, you can swing by some of the fan groups on Facebook, like the Infernal group. Have like they took screenshots of like our slides and stuff, and a lot of people having great conversations in there. So lots of it was great. It was a lot of fun. And then make sure you check us out next Wednesday when we're actually launching the Infernal CID.
That's gonna be an extra long one too, right?
And it'll be a little bit different because usually we give the players, the rules before we do the dev chat. This time we're going to do dev chat first, and so that'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time next Wednesday, and we'll be giving everyone all the rules and stuff.
Oh, it's gonna be bananas,
Yeah,
guys.
it was great. It was hard because we were kind of used to like a certain like pace of like the chat.
Sure.
And there were so many people in chat yesterday that like
it was overwhelming almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
And
There's
it
a
was
really
hard
great
to-
turnout from
Yeah.
what I understand for everybody kind of tuning in to see what's up with Infernals.
Yep.
Seems like people are very excited.
All right, I have a super real question. Getting back to painting, what are you
Yeah.
what hair color is he gonna be? Because he's got that sweet beard and that like blown back hair.
Well,
So-
he's a silver fox. you
Well,
know,
I mean,
traditionally.
But maybe not Jordan's. Maybe Jordan's got like frosted tips, or maybe he's got. I mean, also a lot of Rhett have like the crazy like creamsicle colored hair.
That
and
is
stuff
true.
Like,
They do dye their hair, so
Yeah.
I mean, he could do.
is
some
it dyed?
So-
It's not natural.
Yeah, some of them. There's a style of having like purple streaks and whatever.
Have
with
both
some
of you
texture.
been to my desk recently?
I mean,
Not recently.
Have you seen
I
the model that I've
ignored
been
everything
painting
else.
for the last 2 days?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That one.
Oh, yeah.
I might paint his hair like that hair.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
That's gonna be very bright.
Yeah. All right. Carry on.
Trolling the audience.
Sorry, y'all don't get to know what that is quite yet.
I thought you were talking about the well, and I'm like, what in the world is
No,
this
no.
going?
No,
Like a fountain.
they've seen the well already.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the
I'm
well
trying to
is
adjust
done.
this. Getting stuck here. All right. Yeah, no, y'all have seen the well already. It is done. So you should see the finished product here soon.
So it looks like on my right side,
Mm-hmm.
looks like his body's got that purple and stuff going on in the armor. It looks really cool.
what's your
Yep. So yeah, so I was about to mention this actually because I just changed the colors up a little bit. I'm adding in that coal black now.
Okay. So this
To
is
the
almost
deep
kind of like
shades?
what Exoskeletal was talking about, like how you can mix in the black into the reds, maybe.
Yeah.
To kind of get some deep,
Well,
some
and
good shade in there.
Coal black is really not black. It is like
It's like a weird-
really dark turquoise color.
Yeah.
It is
interesting. I didn't know.
probably my favorite color in the range. I really like.
I guess
coal
that's
black
probably
a
why
lot.
I was confused a little bit about his question or her question, because I heard coal black in my mind immediately. Went
You're
to
like, well, it's just black, right?
it's just
It
a dark
has-
gray,
it-
right?
No,
no,
it is like
I'm a good brand ambassador.
this is coal black.
yeah, no, yeah, I see. Tony's got the thingy
Yeah,
up on the thing.
It is actually
The thingy
a
up on the
pretty
thing.
good, accurate description of what that color looks like.
I did not know it was like more of a blue. That's very interesting.
It's really cool because you're right. It seems like such a workhorse color that can go with a lot of things.
I use it in a lot of different. It's a really good kind of standardized color that you can use for almost anything, because it's dark enough that it shades everything really well, but it's that right kind of color that just mixes with everything.
How to roll dice. Jordan in high school, my favorite color is black. Jordan after maturing, my favorite color is coal black.
Yeah. Not actually my favorite color, by the way. My favorite color happens.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color happens to be purple.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's probably why so much of your stuff is purple.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
What's your favorite color, Josh?
A violet. I gotta be different than purple. A violet.
Was it actually purple?
Yeah, it actually is.
Okay.
Nice.
Tony?
Yeah, my kids ask me this question
Of course, you're
all
a
the
dad.
time.
Dad, what's
and
your
then,
favorite color?
And then just to mess with them, I'm like blue-based purples. And then one day my son, who's 5, goes indigo. I was like,
ooh,
touche, son.
good job.
Raising
Way to
an
go.
artist. Exoskeletal says that his reply to the coal black thing is he uses the coal black to build up to the highlight and create color interest.
Yeah, yeah, then you're totally fine.
Oh wait,
That sounds great.
Jordan, what's the thumb status like right now? Out of curiosity?
Thumb status is stuff that I've been painting in the last half hour.
Okay, so
So
we're not on the secret thumb.
No. I didn't
Okay.
paint anything this morning.
There's a classified
Yeah, like Tony's taking a
thumb.
note on secret thumb. He's like, this is good. Jeff coming up with the quality content again. By the way, I also wanted to hit up while we kind of have a hot second here. Another opportunity to come and chill, and I think Jordan, you're going to be there too. Is
Adepticon?
Adepticon?
Oh,
Adepticon's
yeah.
coming up. That's like March 27th through the 31st off the top of my head.
28th through the 31st. It's the last Thursday of the month through that Sunday.
And we have a bunch of events we're running there, and a bunch of us will be there. I'm going to be there.
I will also be there.
You're going to be there. Some other peeps are going to be there.
Danny from the Hobby.
Yep,
Terrain
that's
blog
right.
is
He's
gonna be
like
there.
a featured guest.
I've got my sad face on because Josh and I will not be there.
Oof.
But we'll be there in spirit.
Yeah. So I think I'm like 100% confident it's adepticon.org. You can go hit it up. You can check out the events we're running, and you can sign up for those. There's going to be like champions events, masters events, they're qualifiers for Iron Gauntlet for Lock and Load. We're going to have
right.
a booth probably. We'll probably be selling some cool stuff.
I mean, we will definitely have a booth. and we will
I know
definitely be
Oz is
selling
running
stuff
like
there.
some Company of Iron events that are going to be sweet. I think there's some other narrative. There's like a two-person team tournament going on.
That's awesome.
So yeah, make sure you hit up Adepticon. Oh yeah, Travis is going to be there. We're going to be running events. Him and I, best friends for life, running sweet War Machine events. So yeah. Oh, and Mompok. There's gonna be some Mompok going on. Basically a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Ooh, the sampler platter
Yeah,
of War Machine, Hordes, and Mompok.
that's right.
And I'm hopefully going to be taking my new Scorn army there as well. We'll see if I have enough time to get that finished.
Ooh.
Travis says that today is when the cart closes, and
I'm not sure what you mean by
I
that.
believe you, but I also have no idea what that means. Maybe it's like the last day to register for events. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure Travis will let us know in chat. What have we, now? I know we're asking chat. Have we come up with any good ideas for what to paint? You're talking about like the cloth, right? Like his pants and stuff.
Yeah, his pants and his like.
I mean, I live in a universe where like black could look super cool as well. To be honest, like as
Yeah,
long as you know,
yeah.
if we
I
get
mean,
some
I
cool
don't
highlights and stuff in
disagree
there.
with that.
But I also live in a universe. Oh, actually, let's be fair. You know what always looks good? Red and white.
No,
It always looks good on models.
I'm not a big fan of red and white. Actually,
What?
No, I'm not a big fan of that combo.
Well, my protectorate little heart is just devastated. I don't like this. I'm
I
leaving.
mean, that's that's unfortunate to hear. But you know what? Yeah, I don't like red and white. Sorry, friends.
Just get a little bit more of that mic in the camera if you can. Just
Yeah, sorry.
no, you're good.
Trying to find out what I want to highlight this with.
Yeah, give us your hot take on what's your highlight color du jour.
So I want to keep it this kind of like dirty red. So I'm trying to figure out what the best mix of colors is to give a higher value with a slightly different color. Value being brightness level of your of your
Tell us all
colors,
about
right?
value. Hashtag value.
Hashtag value. So value is when you're looking at buying 2 loaves of bread, and one loaf of bread is $5,
Okay.
and the other loaf of bread is $1, and they're the exact same type of bread, similar quality.
And then how does that translate to your model? Now, do you put the bread on the model?
Yes, I grind up the model, put it on the bread as a spread,
Ooh.
and I find that it adds a nice, tasty,
Yeah.
crunchy aspect
Oh,
to
man.
my bread selection. So, highly recommend y'all try it. Don't try it. Yeah, don't ever do that. Don't.
We have some olive drab coming out for recommendations. Orange, red with pink highlights.
So,
Red and white is very
what I'm going to be trying here
Warm
is
gray
actually a
on the
little bit
cloth?
of
Yeah,
Scorn
warm
Red
gray. Yeah,
and
gray would be cool.
Bloodstone
Red and bloodstone.
for the highlight. Yeah, for this armor.
And today is the last day for the event cart like it closes today.
Interesting. Good to know. So yeah, go to Adepticon.org and go sign up for some of our events and come and hang out with me and I suppose maybe Jordan.
I mean, I will definitely be hanging out for sure, doing some amount of painting and hanging out and stuff.
Do we get is your Foley phone working now?
I think I got it.
Nice.
It's cooperating.
There we go. Heard the splat sound. Yep, there it is again.
Are you going to like put any kind of glow in like the etching areas, or do you think you're just kind of leave them as is?
So the etching I'll probably just leave dark,
Sure.
but I will make the orbs glow.
Cool.
I think is my game plan there. I've never really been a fan of like recessed
Stuff and things.
glows. I've never seen it done particularly well. And it's kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm not going to do it. But orbs are easy. Orbs are great.
I think Josh was telling us that this gun has some very special properties, so it's not just a standard sniper rifle.
Yeah.
What are you planning to do anything to make the gun itself stand out as being
Well,
unique and special?
tell me a little bit about this gun here.
Yeah, what can you tell us about the gun?
Yeah,
Josh?
tell me why it's different, and then maybe that will affect the
I heard
decisions
Josh
that I have here.
can hit 30 consecutive free throws.
I'm not saying I've done it in the past, but I'm not a braggart.
You know you have it in you?
Yeah.
I in my spirit. Well, wait, okay. First off, because I'm trying to remember. Like, do you remember its rules off the top of your head, Jeff?
It's got no.
Well, you know what? At least he's honest about it. But look, like all.
But you know what? Someone in chat's gonna hit me up with the deets.
That's true. Just give it a second.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff, confirm or deny this for me. You do have War Room on your phone with all of the rules.
that's way in my pocket, dude.
He just-
I
it's
mean,
way-
your
it's
pocket
way on
is
the left.
attached to you.
we established that this room is full of lazy people. So we're
That
not.
is true.
Well, like a lot of things in the military of the Retribution, it's made of the finest state-of-the-art Arcanica, right? Which is different from human Mechanica, right? Arcanica,
No, you say that like I know. Tell me a little bit about it.
made by elves for elves. It does
So
have.
they're like it's like the Ford.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's their version of Mechanica. Humans have Mechanica. Elves have Arcanica. A lot of their stuff internally. And if you look at I think it's in. I know it's in the Mark II Force book, but it might be in the third one too. A lot of their. If you pull the hood back, a lot of their mechanisms look kind of like typewriter like slots. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like these
Oh,
blades.
interesting. Okay.
And that's how. So instead of like gears
So like,
and cogs,
like you're saying like a typewriter where like you would hit the key and like a big like
yeah,
arm
like
with
blade, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff that it moves in a kind of very thin like typewriter way instead of like nuts and bolts and like whatever.
gears and
Yeah, it's very very interesting. So it's got it has armor piercing or Spitfire and
Yeah, so I've got his card up now because clearly I'm good at my job. But yeah, when he sacks his movement to aim, he basically can choose a couple different like special actions on the gun. Essentially, like he can make additional range attacks. He can armor pierce, or he can gain stealth. So it's pretty versatile, basically, right? It does what he needs it to do in any given situation, which is pretty sweet.
I mean, to answer your question from both a floor and a dev version, Jordan, is make it as glowy as possible and make it rad.
Okay.
Just make it freaking rad.
All right, well, glowy as possible is a thing I can do.
That's why I say that about you a lot at work, Jordan. It's like, man, Jordan is really glowy. You know what I mean? Almost too glowy, in fact.
What?
Uh-oh. What?
What?
These are statements I don't understand.
That's all right. That's all right.
Get there.
Get there. Got there? Good.
I have a quick question for you because this is one of the first things I always look at in any like model is on the barrel. Is it bored out at all?
Yes, I believe it is. We'll
turn
look
that
at
bad boy
in
for me.
just a second. Yep.
Oh, sweet. Yes, I love that. I love it when the models have the little details. I have drilled bores into an inordinate amount of models over the years because I love it. But I'm glad this one took care of it for me.
I think most of our models with guns have bored out barrels. That seems to be a pretty consistent trend for models that we produce with guns. Because I don't think I've seen a model or painted a model that doesn't have a board out.
Well, if our designs and miniatures are known for anything, it's their accuracy to real world proportions and constrictions. So I'm very glad that we were able to have that in the model.
I like to imagine in my headcanon that like his big left shoulder pad is because it has like targeting software in it, right? Because that'd be cool.
Sure. What? No. Say it, Tony. Say it, Tony.
That's where his boombox is.
That's where his boombox
Dude,
is.
you think he's
Dude,
dropping cardboard on the ground?
That's where he listens to all his war tunes.
Is he like a Zeppelin dude?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great question, right? Because he's an assassin, so he like I don't think he listens to super loud music. I wonder if he listens to like The Doors, right? Like
Yeah.
he likes
Yeah.
like a little bit more the poetic kind of Jim Morrison kind of thing.
Yeah.
A little more psychedelic.
He's a little bit more psychedelic, I think.
Yeah, okay, never mind. You just changed my headcanon. It is, in fact, his sound system. Can we, and by we, I obviously mean you, but can you do, like, a really, really dope, like, bright, like, glow on his sight? That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
George's like, I can do anything.
I am
Will
capable of doing these things.
And then we have a couple people in chat. We're going to kind of bring people to speed. The Hoffman, 2787, asks in Twitch chat, which model is this? This is the new and improved, I guess, Gareth 2, the Eye of Vengeance.
The Eye of Vengeance.
Yeah,
That's right.
So this is the new version of Gareth. He's kind of a classic retribution like assassin. He's like, isn't he like kind of almost like one of the leaders?
Yeah.
In a way of like the mage hunters and stuff.
Yeah, he was one of the most dedicated mage hunters for sure.
And if you don't really know, the mage hunters, they hunt mages.
That's right.
They got good branding.
That's true.
And
yeah.
specifically, they go and hunt human mages, right?
That's right,
And,
yeah.
And why do they hunt human mages?
So they
Let's just tie this all the way back around to Infernals.
Sure. Well, so they blame. They theorize. So the elven gods some of them disappeared, and the ones that remained are kind of sick and fallen ill, and so they theorize that the rise of human magic in the Iron Kingdoms coincides like directly to the ailment of their gods. So they figure, well, if the humans are stealing our gods' life essence in order to power their magic, in order to make our gods well again, we have to kill all human mages. And so for hundreds of years...
And it's because like there's like a kind of a correlation or something, at least a suspicion that
there was a timing issue there. Yeah.
Well, the correlation, or at least the suspicion on their part, is their god sort of getting sick and disappearing correlates with the fact that more and more of them are being like born without souls.
Exactly. Yeah. And so originally they were like a fringe group. They're kind of like zealots kind of thing. But over the last few years during events in the Iron Kingdoms, they've become kind of prominent, and now they're basically in all but name been standardized into the military, right? So we're like literally all like the entire elven military is working with the mage hunters, and the mage hunters are part of the core group of the military. And Gareth was like one of the most zealous ones, and in addition to just being really good at killing things with his former gun swords, he had these two pistol things with swords on the handles, and they were really gnarly. He's also a warcaster, so I mean, he was the best of the best. And then we haven't really showed it in the story yet. We hope to soon, but we ended Mark 2 with the Scorn invading Ios, and things getting very dark for the Elven nation, and a lot of things happened there. And one of the things we haven't shown yet, but was Gareth having a little bit of a fight with Makeda. And
Do we have some C facts about this, or are we just going to drop some knowledge bombs?
we definitely have our resident lore master C-Cat giving us some C-facts.
Yeah, and if something we've been doing here a little bit in the last couple rounds of Get Your Paint On is we got some C facts.
C-facts.
So
And,
before we do this,
yeah,
I
yeah,
actually
hit it.
saw was looking at the chat a minute ago. If we can pull that up so I can find it. How to Roll Dice asked if I have a Spotify painting playlist.
Oh.
And the answer is I actually do.
Oh, really? I thought you just watched random Netflix shows.
So I do,
Okay.
but also I have a playlist that I use for generic stuff if I want to listen to music, and I do have that, which I can.
Is that a thing like we could share sometime?
Yeah, I will
Is that like
try
really
and figure out a
nerdy,
way
or
to
is that like
get
normal
that shared.
nerdy?
I mean, it's just a bunch of like electronic music. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we can probably like have that up like next week or something.
Yeah, I'll see if I can put that together for you guys, for those who are interested in hearing my music that I enjoy.
All right, so back to CFAX, right? So
So
first,
these are some questions for chat, and you can hit us with some answers. And if you get it right, then we applaud you.
that's right. So number one, why did Gareth 2 switch to a sniper rifle? And yeah, I almost started spoiling it. I apologize. I didn't know the format of CFAX. I didn't know it was a question and answer thing.
CFAX.
CFAX.
Doug Cats. Random CFAX.
Tug Cats random CFAX.
So yeah, chat, if you have any idea on why Gareth switched to a sniper rifle, post it in chat, and we'll kind of hit up some of the answers, and then we'll give you the answer straight from the mouth of Mr. Cat.
So, did brighten up the color a little bit, and I'm not sure how well this is coming through on the stream, because these colors are not super duper bright.
I think we should hit this with a really bright orange highlight.
Yeah, I'll pump the.
It is reading.
It is reading.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
It's hard for me
subtle,
to
but
tell.
it looks
'cause-
good.
Yeah. I'll pump it up a little.
If
bit,
I was a
little brightness.
casual observer, I would think that your shading is just like natural shading. Like that's legitimately how like good it is, right? It just
Yeah,
looks
no,
like
it's
it's
definitely
just
painted
natural
there.
shading from the lighting.
But yeah, what was I? I
gotta-
totally lost my train of thought.
You were talking about values
Adding a
and
highlight.
highlights.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
brightening it
So,
up.
so I did add a little bit of highlights with some Kato Red base,
Some Kiddo Red base.
some more.
We have a couple.
Bloodstone.
Got a couple
and
answers in here.
Kato Red highlight. was the mix.
Sorry, what was the mix again, Jordan?
It was Kato Red base, Bloodstone, and Kato Red highlight. And then this next step is maybe going to be straight Inferno Orange. We're going to find out. Let's see how this looks. It's a
Chaos.
little too thin.
And how long do you think we'll be working on this guy next week, maybe? Or
So
without the chat, perhaps?
I'm not 100% sure,
Ooh,
but
I like the orange now, by the way.
I think that I want to probably bring on some of the Scorn stuff that I'm going to be working on for that army.
That'd be super pretty cool.
Just to kind of maybe have chat have a little bit of input in what that looks like, get some opinions and you kind of work on that with the community.
Should we see where the chat's at on answering our first C fact?
Yeah, let's see it.
I like this one's my personal favorite from Boba Flex. He was tired of sharpening his gun. He saw Makeda using swords and decided to give up on bladed weapons since he'll never be that good. Let's see. Failing to kill Makeda, he decided to change his fighting style to be an even more efficient killer in the future. That's very possibly very close to the answer, maybe. Was there anyone else before we hit this up in the El Chatterino? I like that answer a lot. Didn't he find a weapons vault from Steven Hoovener? That's one of our local bros in Facebook. After failing his fight with Makeda, he thought he made it for killing Makeda specifically. That's a legit answer. Like, I guess my question is like maybe they fought, right? And then he was like, "This isn't working. She's got a big sword." He was like, "Let's get a bigger gun." Yeah, those are all good answers. Let's see what the answer really is. So he lost the fight to Makeda. So let's get the full Hit me with the full knowledge drops.
So the notion is that he was in a clash with Supreme Archdomina Makeda that nearly cost him
And this
his
is
life.
when she has taken over the Scorn Empire, right?
Yeah,
This is like
yeah.
The big boy version of
Yeah,
her.
this is Makeda 3 basically.
Yeah, dope.
And
Did she have like her?
So that's the thing. It was the two guards.
Okay, cool.
That it looked like from Gareth's point of view, and we'll show this more in the fiction. I'm not gonna get into specifics, but it looked like she was open and she wasn't, and maybe those guards had something to do with it. And then as a way of kind of like reevaluating, as the chat kind of said, he decided to maybe try killing from afar.
Yeah,
right?
like she's too deadly to
Right.
fight up close, so maybe if I can just pop her head off from 1,000 meters.
Right. Now, that's not to say that when we'll show it, put up a hell of a fight. And, I mean, a lot of Scorn did not make it out.
That sounds really cool. I actually want to see someone like make a cool diorama of that.
Oh, yeah. Just like him rushing through a Scorn of a
And
line
like
of
with her,
Scorn.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and Makeda and her guards just waiting for him. Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
But yeah, when I probably won't be the last you see of this rivalry, this growing rivalry between Gareth and Makeda. So thank you for that. And then we have a second random CCAT CFACT.
Actually, we have a second answer
Oh,
Oh, that's
for
right.
question number
And
one.
there's
Okay.
also this.
We'll let you decide which of these two answers is the true answer.
Reveal it. Drum roll, please. Brrr.
So why did Garrett 2 switch to a sniper rifle?
because Jason Souls and Matt Wilson thought it would look cool.
Thought it would look cool.
And hey, they were right. It does look cool. And snipers are always awesome. There's never a moment when a sniper is not cool.
It's true.
Wait, I just thought of another sniper, by the way.
Okay.
In Kane 3, one of the Black 13
Oh, yeah.
switches to a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Because one of them gets killed.
Watts. Yeah.
Yep.
Lynch dies, and Watts takes out a sniper rifle. That's true.
Yeah, so a lot of people actually got answers that are super duper close, right? Like,
Yeah.
Accept all those answers.
yeah, Jacoby Mixon thought he made it for killing Makeda, spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, after failing his fight with Makeda, like spot on. Red Death and Twitch failing to kill Makeda, change his fighting style. Like that's all. And you said you're gonna expand on this a little with some stories. and
Yeah.
stuff down the
Hopefully
road.
in the near future.
Dope. We got another question from How to Roll Dice. So first, what you do is you put them in your palm, and then you tilt your palm, and they fall out.
Gravity does all the work.
Yeah. But anyways, Jordan, quick question. With all these shades of red, are you basically just laying glaze over glaze repeatedly? Is that how thin your paint is?
No. I'm actually painting in kind of layers, building up this red or this orange.
All right, so this is
I suppose.
this constitutes much more like layers
Yeah.
than anything
So,
else.
like, typically what I will do when I paint red is I'll build up all the layers of highlights and shadows, and then if I feel like it needs to be blended a little bit better, I'll hit it with a glaze to, like, kind of pull the colors back down together. Which I don't know if I'll have time to do today, but
So, and then
Maybe
here's my
later
question
on.
for you,
Yep.
as the proxy for local people who are bad at painting.
Okay.
Basically speaking for myself, really,
Sure.
is how would you explain to someone in that situation the difference between a glaze and a shade?
Well, they're two. Okay, so those are two completely different things.
Yes, I agree.
A glaze is a very, 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 very watered down application of paint.
Okay.
Like, I'll make one so that I can show you what a glaze looks like. If we find where my thumb is here.
Secret thumb.
Like this is maybe too thick for a glaze, but it's probably a good glaze consistency.
Like, conceptually,
like-
glaze-like.
Like very, very thin. A wash is more of like, oop,
Nope.
I'm getting there.
Oh.
It's more of like this,
Okay.
right?
It pools
You
more,
see-
it looks like.
Yeah, it pools more. It's much heavier and concentrated with pigment. Because a glaze, the point of a glaze is to tint the layer of colors that you have on whatever it is that you're
Kind of
glazing.
ties them together.
That's the effect that happens when you glaze things. By adding a consistent color over the entire surface, you're changing all of the previous layers of color that you've done and tinting them with the same color. So it tends to have this effect of like blending these colors in together more and smoothing out your blends. So like typically it's pretty common to like paint a whole bunch of like red layers that are progressive and gradient to like really bright to really dark. And then you'll use like a red ink glaze to, and this is what we do for the Khador armor in the studio, is we'll paint this really progressive highlight of gradients that's like very, very, very bright. And then you'll hit it with an red ink glaze, which will like tone everything back down, and it blends all that shading together.
Cool.
And a shade is basically just a darker application of a color than the previous
That
one.
pools and like the recesses and
Well, that's a wash. A wash is designed to define
Gotcha.
detail by moving into the recesses and creating.
that was a shockingly thorough and helpful answer.
Yeah. Like a good example of like a wash, right? Like I'll mix something up to put into here is like this wash is going to be defining these details in the crevices here.
Zachman Miller in Facebook says orange highlight is choice, and I agree. Choice.
So I got Super Sarah in the chat saying that a glaze is paint thinned way down with water, and a wash is more thinned with a medium versus thinned down with water, creating that thicker, clearish, pigmented color. My understanding is, and by the explanation you had, that the glaze versus wash isn't how you thin it, but how you're using it.
Yes, it's how you're using it, less so how you're
Gotcha.
mixing it.
Yeah, the
Like,
glaze will help pull colors together.
Different ways of mixing it will achieve slightly different things, but they more or less do the same kind of thing that you're trying to do. Like, I can mix a mixing medium into a glaze, but I can also mix mixing medium into a wash. Like, mixing medium just adds more paint to what you're mixing it into without adding more pigment. So it's like, a good way to think of it is you have a big tub full of red, like opaque red balls, and you add in half of that, or you add in another bucket full of clear balls.
Sure. Okay.
And like, it is less
Look at
red.
you with these little.
It's
little
less
things,
red
yeah.
because you have more things, but less of them are that same red color. So it has more translucent color by default because you have less red balls in the bucket or whatever.
Emmanuel Class says that this looks like it would be a cool scheme for Infernals, and I agree. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
yeah,
I'm
I think
down
this
for
would be
that.
good.
I like weird, bizarre alien colors for weird, bizarre alien monster thingies.
Yeah, I really just wanted to have like a really nice rusty
Deep
red.
red
Yeah.
kind of thing. We have another CFAC to hit up too, right? All right, what do we got here? What's our next CFACT? All right, Josh, hit us with this question.
In the fiction, who has been shown to be Gareth's BFF?
Best friend forever.
Best friends forever. Who is the Jeff to Gareth's Jordan?
Ooh. I think it's Makeda.
You shipping it?
Ship it.
Yeah.
New canon.
So our next little CFACT is, who is Gareth's best buddy?
In before it's actually the right answer.
Travis says Moros, which is his character Jack. It's certainly a totally reasonable answer. Do you think they like, if it is Moros, do you think they have like those scenes kind of like from like the Spider movie, like going down the road, the music's playing, they go to like the bistro and they get like a bisque and they're hanging out above the river and there's lights and they're just
if we haven't shown that yet, we will.
Yeah.
No.
One of them definitely drops an ice cream cone and they laugh about it.
yeah.
God dang it.
It's definitely like a rom-com kind of thing. Emmanuel Class says Ossian. The Hoffman, Gore Shade. I mean, it wouldn't be Gore Shade. It would be
Gersheld.
Gersheld.
The Forgiven.
His rifle.
That's
like,
that's a very, very good answer.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a Full Metal Jacket answer right there.
That's true.
Yep. Another movie I'm sure Jordan's never seen. I keep saying Striker because
That's
let's be
fine.
fair, looks like Striker, but Striker 911 says Nail. So we have his rifle, we have Moros, Nail, Gersheld.
No one said knives yet, which makes me sad. Just the concept of knives.
Oh, like his knife guns.
Yeah, just knives.
I can't be nice.
That's true. Or they used to be BFFs.
Does he have like a melee weapon on his hip?
He does. He
Okay.
does. He still has a knife. Yeah, so he's still.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it was. You have two of them, one on each hip.
Nope.
Nope, that's another pouch. He ditched one.
A beard
a-
trimmer. I like that.
Alara gets down with drinks with Ron.
Doug Seacat trying to answer.
Yeah, he's
I
probably
don't think you're allowed to answer, Doug.
Yeah,
You
So-
wrote the question and the answer.
This is actually an interesting answer he gives. This is, by the way, this is not the official answer, but this is an authorized Doug Seacat in chat. This is a C chat question or answer. Oh man, can we do that? C chats. All right. Yeah. So he actually says that Gareth is probably one of the few old timers that gets along with Gersheld. Yeah, because like Gareth, he's a little bit older, right? You said he's a silver fox.
Yeah, that's
Got
true.
that salt and pepper.
It's true.
And so yeah, he's probably was back around when Gersheld was leading his house and all that kind of stuff. And
It's true. Yes, probably true. I also like that no one has said Viros because they know that Viros is not friends with anyone ever, and that makes me feel really good. At least someone's paying attention.
yeah. All right, let's head it up to the answer mobile. Let's everyone jump in the car. We're gonna rev up the engine and we're gonna take the answer mobile down answer lane.
Let's put on our answer seat belts and.
The answer is it is Nail, the soulless warrior who he considers to be a really good listener. And why is that? Tell us a little bit about that interaction.
And it's one of my favorites. So I'm actually, it's in a piece of fiction I'm working on next too. After I'm done with this Initiates of the Wall piece, Gareth is he's just a hard guy to get along with, and so I think that being along someone without
Is he like bitter and jaded, or
he's just really intense. He's just one
Okay,
of those guys
yeah.
that's just really intense and is very opinionated. And so having someone without emotions is probably like really good. And in Retribution in general, and probably to Gareth too, like the soulless are kind of like seen as tools, as weapons, right? And they're kind of disposable. I mean, even in the rules, you can see like part of their function is when they die, they do that.
they literally blow up.
Yeah, blow up and kind of
Like they eat magic or
yeah,
something.
and they drain magic. But Nail he's the soulless that keeps on giving. He just never dies. He's that good. So after a while, Gareth just kind of sees like, wow, this guy just won't like a faithful hound. He's just like, hey, you know what? All right, I like you. You know, you're sticking around. And so
It definitely seems opposite of what happens in the game, because I'm pretty sure when you're playing Nail, you're just throwing that guy, the enemy, trying to blow him up.
100%.
Maybe he just gets up every time after a match. He just like dusts himself off. He's like, all right, I'm ready for round 2. Let's go grab a beer. And then you can throw me at the enemies again so I can blow up.
That's very true. But no, yeah, in the fiction, they're about as close as what two sociopaths could consider themselves to be friends, for different reasons. But yeah.
So I think Stryker definitely got that one right on the button. Congrats to that. Everyone else had also really good answers too. I liked a lot of those. I also liked talking about the C chat with Gersheld and stuff.
That's really cool.
Also, I just want to point out now, I know not now because the mic's in the way, but now that orange is looking hot,
It's popping.
dude. That
Be some popping
is
red armor, my dude.
sweet.
popping.
And thank you, Doug Seacat, for your C facts.
Yeah.
And we hopefully will hit you up for more. And you'll hopefully have a guest here who won't spoil the first one next week. So thank you, Doug Seacat.
And thank you for your C chats. I just like the fact that Doug's last name works for everything.
It's true.
We can build so much stuff around this. This is the best.
He's like a brand machine.
Yeah.
He's like just designed to be branded.
I mean, we just need to make shirts at this point.
I'm surprised we haven't yet, to be completely honest.
We should make we need to actually totally make a C-Fact shirt now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that orange looks awesome. What if the barrel was actually a totally different color? Is that dumb or is that cool?
Okay, I got a solution. Oh man.
So time is almost up. So if you have any last minute questions
This is
for
really
Jordan,
sad. Yeah.
please hit us up. Time flies by already.
All right, I'm gonna do this
Already.
real fast.
All right.
While I have the right color maybe here or not. Okay, I'm gonna find this color. Hold on. If not, I'm gonna mix this color. Keep on doing your chats, boys.
Yeah, hit us up
Well,
with those questions. If you have
worked
painting
this
questions for Jordan,
Out.
or if you have anything else you want to talk about while Jordan is in a bucket or a box.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't
Don't worry about
I
it.
like the comical paint sounds. This is straight cartoony. This is like some Bugs Bunny stuff.
Oh, that was really dangerous. Don't shake pots of paint that are not completely closed. This is really dangerous. Don't ever do it. All right. We're getting there.
And while you're hitting this off, while you're doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and remind everyone, make sure to come and join me, Jeff Olson. I'll be the only person on stream, and I'm gonna have all of my dogs there.
I'm gonna paint this off stream, by the way.
Okay.
So y'all can't see it.
Ooh, the mystery. No, anyways, next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Dev Chat, Infernal Model Rules. Bam, be there. Privateerpress.com, and YouTube and Facebook. Where we put it? It's on Facebook and YouTube.
And Twitch.
Geez, okay, that's what I meant to say.
Is the main one.
Like I said, great brand
Put it
ambassador.
back. Put it back.
On
All right.
twitch.tv/privateerpress and on our Facebook. Sorry, this energy drink is hitting me. So,
He's getting tipsy. He's getting tipsy on energy drink.
ooh, this is a fascinating question. While you're doing this, Jordan, what temperature, and by that they mean color, light do you paint under? Maybe you have no idea.
White
I don't-
LED.
Yeah, so
500 degrees Fahrenheit.
Tungsten and Edison. Does any of this make sense to you? Because this is all new, interesting things to
Maybe
me.
Tony knows. I mean, he's the one that sets up the lights.
Tony coming with the.
So usually when the painters in the studio use the fluorescent lights, they tend to lean to blue, more natural light color. Here in the studio, what you're actually seeing is a mix based on trying to make everything look good. So not only the model, when the painters are painting in their studio, they only care how the model looks. Yeah. So they can get the light as bright as they want, and their eyes will adjust, and they can be able to see all those details. But here in the studio, we have several lights, and they are several different color temperatures. They're all adjusted so that the model gets the primary look, but Jordan's skin has to, not look completely funky, and everything has to be nicely balanced for a nice video picture for you to watch.
So what you see Jordan painting under is not necessarily what he paints when he's down at his desk.
Correct. I have a more natural light downstairs.
And worth noting is you probably get different answers from other people. Painting under a natural light is probably I don't want to say the best way to go, but a great way to go. No matter what light you paint under, though, if you change the light you see the model in after you've painted it, will change the look. So if you're painting it under really warm lights, that's fine. It's just that when you show that model under cooler fluorescence or outside in bluer light and sunlight, the model can look drastically different.
Mm-hmm. And then I also want to hit up real quick in Twitch chat. Sinistar359 just started painting again. WB, welcome back.
Heck yeah.
And
Welcome
adopted
back.
the two-brush blending techniques, and they are hooked because of how fast it is. And I'd like to remind everyone that if you swing by our YouTube, which is beep, Tony's going to pull it up and probably post a link in chat. We have tons of painting tutorial videos in there where you can see videos about two-brush blending, how to prep your models, basing your models, highlighting, everything. We have like jillion videos at this point. There's like basically multiple seasons of it, essentially.
Over 70.
70 videos. So, yeah, if you are either getting back into painting like Sinistar is, if you are just starting painting, maybe if you're a veteran painter or just looking for the next little step up to take your technique to the next level, definitely go swing by our YouTube because we have a ton of tutorial videos. And then on top of that, Tony also uploads these videos, so you can kind of go through and see videos of Jordan, painting some cool model with some cool little whatever he feels like, right? Like, oh, today we're gonna do red and blah blah. I'm gonna show you how to do cool red stuff.
Right. They're very if you want to learn to paint, they're very educational.
Yeah, and they're like quick too, right? They're like we don't sit here and ramble for 30 minutes. It's like boom, here we go, 10 minutes. Let's get this done. Learn a cool technique. You have videos on like zenithal priming. We have videos on airbrush stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Ooh, here we go. Gecko.
In the suit.
Okay, I couldn't tell if it was Gecko insult or Gecko in a suit from my angle.
They're both good.
Yeah. Question for Jordan.
Yo.
Do you have advice for people looking to work as a studio painter like you? And I'm actually going to answer this real quick because I got you the job. And the answer is you'd have to have me heckle you to go and apply for the position.
You didn't get me the job. You convinced me to apply for it. You and Brendan both did.
Anyways, yeah, that's a good question. Do you have a good answer?
I'm going to jump in and say that if you want to be a professional painter, you need to start growing your beard now.
Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, that helps, although my beard is much longer than it was when I originally got hired.
You need my wife to give you like a trim or something.
I got a barber for that.
Okay.
I know your wife is like classically, traditionally trained, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get
sure.
to it. But
I mean, just painting is a good way to start.
yeah, I mean, painting a bunch. Networking is the biggest one, I think. Like, get to know people who are in positions like that.
Go to conventions,
Go
right?
to conventions, learn
companies
from
like
those
us.
people. Like, I think the fact that I knew Brendan very well and I knew Dallas and they knew about my work ahead of time was kind of the thing that got me the job, I would say. So like that more so than because a lot of it is like we understand that like a lot of the time somebody's not necessarily going to be ready to paint studio models right out of the gate. A lot of it is learning the styles that we use, learning the techniques that we use, and you get better as you do it, right? Like my first models when I first started here are to me not great. I'm not super happy with them, but like as time passes and you paint more and more and more and more, you get better and you learn more and you develop into the position. So like being in a position where these people are confident in your ability to learn is the biggest way to kind of get into a position like this.
And also, from what I know about how painting in the studio works is being understanding that the painting of the miniature is a collaborative process between several people, not just the painter.
Yep.
And so being ready to take feedback, make changes, and try new things.
I think like any amount of art, like practice, build a portfolio. Because I know like when Jordan interviewed, he had a bunch of War Machine models that you had painted. I think an important part, because I remember having this conversation with Dallas back when he was here, and I think there's a kind of during the interviewing process with you, where I think a lot of people have concerns about whether or not their style is the same as ours. And a big kick with it is you don't have to be a great painter because part of the process is teaching you the way we paint our studio models.
We can teach you this.
Yeah.
You just need to have the capability
willingness to learn
and the willingness
paint,
to learn.
with our thing. So, let's begin wrapping things up here, George. If you want to tell us a little bit about the barrel, because I think it looks sweet now. If we want to.
Yeah. So kind of when you brought it up, like I was like, man, it would be really cool if this barrel was just like frosting over or glowing.
Yeah,
magic.
that's sweet.
So I was like,
You want to hit us
screw
with
it.
the colors you were doing real fast before we
Yeah,
kinda
so this is
begin
a
winding down
combination of Meridius Blue, some Menoth White highlight, and now I'm putting in some Signar Blue highlight.
Sure.
Just to kind of put in a little bit of like cool undertones there.
Is that the kind of the same colors you're gonna do for the gyms and stuff too?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so these are
That
all
looks
going to
great.
be kind of glowing that
Yeah, it's
color.
beautiful.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be kind of closing down shop here
Yep.
in a couple
Yep.
minutes. I think I'm just gonna kind of reiterate a few of the things. Make
Go
sure you
for it.
join us on Wednesdays for dev chats. Make sure you join us on Thursdays for Get Your Paint On. We're gonna have a staff showdown on March 8th. That's next Friday.
Next Friday.
Am I good at my dates? We're still in February, right?
That's the return of our weekly Rumble.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the
Is
first.
it February?
Tomorrow's the
It is
first.
the end of February today.
Primecast will be on March 22nd. Don't forget, you can go to our website and you can get your lock and load tickets. Lock and load tickets went up yesterday. You can sign up and get your lock and load ticket. You can sign up for events. We're going to have narrative events. We're going to have tournaments for Monpok and War Machine Hordes. We're going to have hangouts. We're going to hang out with Jordan and paint models. We'll have things for sale. And then also come and hang out with us at Adepticon coming up later in March. And don't forget, if you're also painting cool models, or if you're converting cool models, or you have a work in progress, or anything you want to show off, if you just like have cool green stuff you put onto one of our models, tag us with the old hashtag P3 Painters, and we're gonna kind of pick out a couple each week, so Jordan and us can basically say how cool you are, because
So we can
frankly,
oogle
those-
over them. 'Cause
Those
they're
models
dope.
are sweet, and it's
they're-
going to be
they're
pretty much
amazing.
like, oh my god. So.
All right, Jordan, show that model one more time and take us out.
All right, let's do it. There it is.
That looks sweet. I like what you did with the barrel and stuff.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. It came to a finish.
Yep, now we just need to
not
figure
sure
out-
what we're gonna have next week. Maybe some scoring. Maybe we'll work on this guy again. But I look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday. And yeah, look forward to seeing some new paint stuff. And we'll see you then.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks again,
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Martin.